That's right, Jack. Joe Shinelli says they're working hard to keep the federal government's promise of leaving no one behind. In order to do this, he says we need more time.
It's our ethos. It's who we are.
Leave no one behind. That's Joe Shinelli's goal, to successfully evacuate all those Afghans who've helped our service members throughout the years. Right now, he has a list of 17 names he's focusing on.
We've actually had 6 that we've been able to help who've successfully evacuated.
But as time goes on and the Taliban expands control, communication with those Afghans is getting harder and harder.
Since the bombings late this week, we have not been able to touch base. We've not been able to communicate with 14 of them.
This is partly why he wants to extend the August 31st deadline set by President Biden for pulling out U.S. troops. He says more time is needed, especially with major delays in getting visas.
Things are becoming more difficult to be able to verify, as some of the more easily verified people are through the process now. I think it's natural that things are taking a little bit longer.
Shinelli attended a meeting yesterday with White House officials to discuss efforts in assisting Afghan refugees as they come in. But the topic of extending this deadline wasn't high on the table as he'd like it to be. He's begging President Biden now to hear his plea.
With the numbers being able to leave now, declining the numbers who were able to safely make it to the airport going down, there's no doubt in my mind we have to extend this deadline, or we're going to leave people behind.
Shinelli says the amount of heroism and sacrifice of our servicemen and women is incredible. As for those 17 Afghans he's focusing on, there's no way of telling how many of those names are still alive or not. The Taliban would be the only source for that information. Jack?